Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Like, share and subscribe as a sign of support, and let's begin our cooking journey together. Okay, so on the ingredients list is 500 grams of filo pastry, 4 large eggs, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 400 grams of ground walnuts. You can grind them yourself or you can buy them already ground. And also 500 grams of yogurt, 600 grams of sugar, 1 lemon, and 1 liter of water. Pour your water in a medium-sized pot. Add sugar. And also we need to slice our lemon. This part we don't need. It doesn't matter how thick or thin you slice your lemon. We need to slice it because it's easier for the lemon to give the taste to the syrup that we are making. Like imagine putting a whole lemon inside of a pot with water and sugar. That would be right, definitely. Now cook it on a high heat until it starts to boil. When it boils, then turn the heat down a little bit and boil it for about, 5 minutes or so. Okay, so for our baklava, crack 4 eggs into the bowl, whisk it a little bit, then add yogurt, and of course whisk it again. And also sugar. Leave it in the fridge until it's time to use it, and I will tell you when that is. Okay, so let's continue with making our baklava. Here's the filo pastry. We have about 12 leaves there. Save 2 for the bottom and 2 for the top. Oil the bottom of your baking tray, since this time we are not using parchment paper. And as I mentioned before, we put 2 leaves of filo pastry on the bottom. Now it's time to put our yogurt mixture on top of the filo pastry. Now add your walnuts and repeat the process until you have 2 leaves of filo pastry left for the top, as I mentioned. This is quite an unusual way of making baklava. It's because of the yogurt mixture. The original baklava recipe doesn't go this way. But this is the way my grandma taught me how to make it. And trust me, it's really delicious. You know what they say, grandma's recipes are the best. Okay, so now we need to cut it before baking. We cut it so after baking, when we pour the syrup over the baklava, the syrup can penetrate inside, covering all the layers. Bake it on 180 degrees for about 35 minutes. Or until it gets a nice brown color like this. Okay, so now it's time to pour our cooled down syrup over the piping hot baklava. I know it looks like there's a lot of syrup on top of the baklava, but after a few hours in the fridge, the baklava will soak up most of the syrup, so don't worry. Leave it to cool down at least overnight so the baklava has time to absorb all of that tasty syrup that we made. Baklava is done. As you can see, it absorbed most of the syrup, as I said. If it's not absorbing the syrup as much as you'd like, you can poke it with your fork a few times, so it's easier for the baklava to absorb more syrup. There's still a little bit of syrup left, as you can see, and it's normal. Okay, now it's time to cut it, and that means that we are done with making baklava. And I'm using this crafty tool to pick up one piece of the baklava, since I don't have anything better. Okay, so let me show you how the inside looks like. It looks like it has meat in it, not walnuts, right? You can see it absorbed a lot of syrup. Okay people, this journey has come to an end. And of course, like, share and subscribe, as I mentioned, and see you in the next video.